Wake up, babe. New Commandos has released. I've waited for this nearly 22 years, and it's finally here, and honestly, I still don't know how to feel about this game, because there are good news and bad news. The game has stunning visuals, the game is fully 3D rendered, and has some of the old core gameplay ideas from the past entries. And for the bad news... don't get me wrong, Commandos not only was, but it still is my nostalgia brain childhood, and I am biased towards this franchise. But to explain the bad things, well, it's complicated, and I will try my best to explain throughout my first impressions. And let's start with the first mission in 22 years.
Raus mit dir! Na los!
Nowadays, few men dare to dream of victory.
We get introduced to the staple icon of the group, the Tiny, or so-called Green Beret, who is getting, well, executed? I smell a trap in this one.
Achtung! Legt an! Feuer!
And what is this? What is this? No narrator?
In May 1941.
Okay. It's not end of the world, but the cutscenes looks good though.
There's been a lot of movement.
And of course, you get your classic tutorial mission with Sapper recruiting the first candidate. And I do find it clever. The first mission is break out Green Beret out of prison, surrounded with Allied troops. Yes, if you're wondering, Big Tiny had himself punched an officer, and now he is locked up. Honestly, I would much prefer that tutorial, just punching your Aussie commander in the face.
All right, you bastard! Prepare to feel the wrath of the Ginyu! Oh! Oh! You goddamn wanker! You punched me in the... Oh, you did it again!
And look, I get it. It's a tutorial. But why does this man sees only a meter in front of him? Couldn't you give him, for example, some better obstructions? There's literally nothing. Nothing in front of him.
On it. Okay. Yep.
Moving on. And do the allies speak German? Maybe it's because the Germans has attacked the base and we switched to Sapper. So the core mechanics are a blend of nostalgia commandos and modern commando style like games, such as War Mongrels. So if you didn't play War Mongrels, the mechanics has been greatly improved. But if you had played War Mongrels, then are not that many improvements? But first the good stuff. You know what we lack in the third entry, in the Commandos 3? It was the shift prompt key. And yes, the shift prompt key is back. But it's control. And the Commando series was associated with inventory. But it somehow is not present?
What the fuck is going on here?
Now, this is probably the modern developers' meta to lose core identity of their games because look, this game, this genre, was and is still literally called Commandos style like games. And instead of being again at the top of the game in this genre, you want to copy the competitors? Now I do like the feature that knockdown enemies are knocked down, meaning they will get up after some time. Honestly, when I was writing this and thinking about it, I totally forgot that it was the case in the second and third as well.
Okay.
But you had to tie the soldiers up. But not in this game, or at least I didn't notice the prompt, so knife is a viable solution now.
Consider it done.
Also one great feature I like, that you can now have simplified or full HUD controls, which is kinda nice. I'm more of a type that likes simplified menus, but for better immersion, hey, it's your preference in the end. But in the simplified, you don't see map waypoints, and there is no diary. Yes, no inventory and no diary. What a great start. Commandos was known for its OP strats on some operators, or the Commandos, and I'm surprised that this game continues the trend. For example, Sapper has a bear trap, and can whistle to lure the enemies, and it is so OP. You place a trap and whistle from cover.
Was geht da vor? An die Arbeit!
You place a trap and whistle from a cover.
Okay.
Merkwürdig. Was ist das?
Great addition in mechanic is the planning mode or command mode, meaning you can execute multiple takedowns, which is always so satisfying. Nothing is more satisfying than perfectly executed plan. From my personal preference, I don't like the Northern Africa missions. I don't know, there is something about the sand or the bland orange color that just doesn't appeal to me. Oh yeah, and it gets everywhere. Sure, if there were green palm trees and blue water, like in the other Origins game, the coloring of the missions would be better. But good news for me, now we are in Arctic and I get two flashbacks. Lone Wolf from 2nd Commandos and Hidden and Dangerous 3rd mission. And the layout is surprisingly similar to that Hidden and Dangerous mission. Now, this is new. Your commandos leave a footprints in the snow, mud or something else. On the paper, yes, this looks pretty good, but practically, I didn't find any usage since when I wanted to use it, it was on the parts that you cannot create the footprints. The similarities brought from the warmongers are really obvious, such as interactable environment.
Cut them off. No more calls to the outside world.
But the Origins are bringing back the iconic rope swinging or rope climbing, or you know what I'm talking about, getting behind the enemy and execute. Once you reach the center of the map, it gets complicated a little bit, and I had to deal with two groups. Well, with grenades, because why not? But after some progression, I have this well-guarded area and I thought I could sneak up on them, But let me just play the clips and enjoy the gameplay for a little bit.
I'll show them. Yep. Okay. Leave it to me. Yes.
Die Spuren führen ins Leere.
Yes, so as you saw, the one guard spotted me, and he always somehow spotted me, since his view cone was, I think, changing from time to time. So I had to adapt, improvise, and overcome. And yes, now this is what I'm talking about. Here we are exploring the tactics, executions, flanking, and just pure chaos.
Okay.
Ich muss dort mal nachsehen.
Can't do.
Also, the game introduces optional tasks and collectibles, which I'm glad to find. The only catch for the collectible is, again, made simpler, since you can find them just laying around instead of looking, you know, into the lockers or chest boxes, because there's no inventory. Have I told you that there is no inventory? You know what? Never mind. We are back to desert. But at least we are introduced to our third member of the unit, Sniper. I'm glad you asked. He has silenced sniper rifle, which never made sense. Well, kinda, it did, except it doesn't. And for distractions, there are no cigarettes this time, but instead, an empty gun casing with this cheesy British humor line.
Go investigate.
But baby, we are so back. And I just love cracking these not so easy challenges. Let me set up the stage. You got 3 guards, here, here, and here. And one guard is patrolling around them. So, go figure.
Don't get in my way. Yep.
An die Gewehre! Der Feind wurde Yes.
Was?
Der Feind ist hier.
Alarm! Der Feind!
Ich sichere die Umgebung.
The optimization is classic Unreal Engine 5 optimization, so not great. And people in reviews complain about bugs and crashing. I had my game crash only once, but it runs smoothly. I recommend to not using ultra settings, even if you have a good gaming rig, and you can scale down the resolution to 90% if you play on 1440p or 4K like I do. And for the gameplay, I am kinda split here. But if you have played any new recent Commandos style like games, Commandos Origins is basically following their mechanics, and only few could be new, such as foot rails, driving vehicles, and I can't even recall any. It is though still Commandos, and we have our most loved characters and their unique abilities, just modernized. Graphically, I think it is the most prettiest of them all, meaning also the games alike. And if the end, I really enjoy playing it. Kinda hate it that there are not many new features, but I just can't stop playing it. And I think this statement speaks for itself. So thank you for watching. I hope this video helped you to decide if to buy this game or not to buy this game, or just buy War Mongrels or whatever you want. Thank you, subscribe and bye.